long does it go on?
Until we've dealt with all our enemies.
Every time we deal with an enemy, we create two more.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Since all of you have been asking me for a Game of Thrones Martell video for so long, I thought I'd talk about what they're going to be doing during Season 4 on the show, as well as in the books during Winds of Winter. I'm also working on a Game of Thrones companion show that'll debut whenever the show comes back. There'll be all kinds of fun stuff and prizes. I'll be posting a separate video later explaining how that's going to work. Be sure to subscribe to get it. So first, we'll talk about the Martells during Season 4 on the show, and then I'll talk about them during Winds of Winter. Don't worry, I'll have a nice spoiler warning to turn the volume down in case you're not caught up with the books and you don't want to know about Winds of Winter yet. Here we go, Martells during Season 4. Number 1, let's start with the cast. There will be 2 members representing House Martell during Season 4, including Pedro Pascal as Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper, and Indira Varma as Ellaria Sand, one of his lovers and the mother of 4 of his 8 sand snakes. They're his bastard daughters that he's turned into trained killers. Because the show condenses so much of the book story for time, the characters will only be in a few episodes, despite being fairly significant during Book 3. Number 2, let's talk about their episodes. Pretty much all of Oberyn's scenes will be in King's Landing with Tyrion and the other members of the Small Council, most notably Tywin. There's even been some behind-the-scenes set photos of Pedro Pascal in costume. Interestingly enough, there were also a lot of pictures of him hanging out with Lena Headey in real life, in case anyone wants to start a Red Viper Cersei ship. Ellaria Sand is like Oberyn's Shay, except she's not a hooker. She'll appear in a few of Oberyn's scenes, but she won't be a large part of Oberyn's secret mission. You can expect some potential scenes between her and Sansa, Cersei, and Shay though. Number 3, the backstory. There's a really deep history between the Lannisters and the Martells that goes all the way back to Robert's Rebellion. Oberyn's sister, Elia, was Prince Rhaegar's wife. She was killed by the Mountain, and the whole thing was covered up by Tywin Lannister so that it wouldn't start another war after Robert's Rebellion was over. Because Tyrion granted the Martells a seat on the Small Council in exchange for help during the Battle of Blackwater in Season 2, Oberyn's brother Doran uses that as an opportunity for them to learn the truth of Elia's death. As a result of Sherlocking his way around King's Landing, Oberyn gets caught up in the events of the Purple Wedding and Tyrion's fate, so look forward to some good Pedro Pascal, Peter Dinklage scenes. House Martell and Dorne become much more of a destination for the story in Feast for Crows, Dance with Dragons, and Winds of Winter. And thus, number 4, Winds of Winter. So here's where we have to start talking about what's going on in the book, so we won't be talking about the show anymore. So if you don't want to know anything about Winds of Winter, just turn the volume down. I'll tell you when to turn it back up. 4. The Sand Snakes. House Martell and the Sand Snakes become much more physically present in King's Landing during Winds of Winter. They're all part of a larger espionage mission to learn more about the Lannisters' plot to get rid of Prince Doran. Of the Sand Snakes, Nymeria takes Oberyn's seat on the Small Council. Tyene poses as a septa and tries to get information from the High Sparrow. That's the same High Sparrow that made Cersei march naked through the streets. Sorella poses as a maester in training in Old Town, and Obara hunts for the Dark Star down south. Remember, he's the one who maimed Myrcella after their plot to crown her queen failed. The really cool thing I always liked about the Sand Snakes was that they always felt so much more organized and effective than, say, like the Brave Companions or the Brotherhood Without Banners. I guess you could say that the Faceless ones in the East are more fearsome, but the Sand Snakes are my favorite Westerosi supergroup. Number 5, the East. So the Martell storyline in the East is almost non-existent after what happens to Quentyn during Dance with Dragons, so most of their storyline will actually be back in Westeros. Number 6, the Mummer's Dragon. Because House Martell has been neutral during the War of the Five Kings, whoever wants to take the Iron Throne from the Lannisters will need their help. Because Aegon is still alive, Prince Doran sends Arianne to verify his identity, because that would actually mean that Aegon is Prince Doran's nephew. I haven't seen any evidence to contradict that he really is Aegon, so I think that during Winds of the Winter, he and Jon Connington will join forces with Dorne against the Lannisters, or against King's Landing, depending on how you look at it. And number 7, the Dance of the Dragons, Round 2. Aegon's plan to reclaim the throne is in direct conflict with Daenerys. Remember the short story, The Dance of the Dragons, that George R.R. Martin just published? I think that will also end up happening again, but maybe not until Dream of Spring. The real Martell story to pay attention to during Winds of Winter will be this potential union with Aegon, but if Aegon and Daenerys do go against each other, let me know how you think it's going to end. Remember how the original Dance of the Dragons ended? It did not end well. So typically war leaves no winners, it's just degrees of losing. Okay, spoilers over, you can turn the volume back up. Like I said, I'm developing a new Game of Thrones bonus show that'll debut whenever I start doing videos for each of the episodes. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. You can actually click here to learn how those bonus videos are going to work. I'm going to be giving stuff away every week. And you can click here to get my review of that Dance of the Dragon short story. Thank you so much for watching, I'll see you guys tonight, high fives!